mistakes don't kill you. They only make you stronger. What you know about up all day, up all night, trying to get right, trying to keep heat, trying to keep food, trying to keep lights, man, that's life. Gotta re-up, gotta stay low from them cops, there they go. Got any weapons?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Brothers from Different Mothers. I'm Taj. This is my brother Trail.
What's up?
My brother G.
What's up, y'all?
Sit back and enjoy the show. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And feel free to leave comments and let us know what you think about today's episode.
Well, yeah.
That's
What's going on, brothers?
What's going on, man? Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, despite circumstances, yeah, we good.
All right.
Yeah.
Despite sweating all year
Yeah,
long.
they will.
Get tired of this heat.
Man, look, I was talking to a customer about that today. Like, I ain't trying to rush life away, but man, I'll be glad when some
Oh, I
cooler
know.
weather started coming
Yeah.
in.
We got a little bit over a month left,
Yeah.
according to history.
Right.
But yeah, this yard the last 2 days, dude, I thought I was gonna die. I'm like, oh my god,
Why don't you just pay somebody to cut your grass? All right, bet.
See, look, pretty big yard. What you looking at, about $80 for this yard? 60,
Oh
80
my
bucks?
god!
Probably
If you got,
120.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. If you, most guys would want over $100, and it's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
that's
And it
just
depends on how bad it
insane.
Yeah.
Right.
You couldn't get no, like,
Oh Lord.
I'm about to say you can find that prostitute that old brother gonna.
I know, right?
I wish. My God,
You
should
couldn't
be
get
on
no
the tanker.
deal if you get on, like, a contract. Maybe a little cheaper if you do it
I
every
don't want to
week.
do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
That's it.
He said, oh, Lord.
Nah. Tell me what you was thinking, Taj.
But nah, I wasn't thinking anything.
That
Well,
chick, she probably did it for about 40.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
and you gotta have business.
Dude, this is, I don't know what the topic is today, but this is totally unrelated. Did y'all hear about, well, first off, there was a huge bust over in Greensboro the other day. Did y'all hear about that?
No.
Dude had like, I forgot how many pounds of weed and coke and fentanyl, and I mean, it was just insane bust. But there was another story I heard this week.
Was he white or black?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, you forgot a whole lot of people in that.
No, I was just asking the question.
It could have been Chinese, man. You
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
could have been. He could have been.
Could have been one of them aliens we've been seeing.
Yeah, he could have been.
Not the illegal kind, y'all.
No, oh my God. He go.
No, there was another case I heard this week on the radio. It was like this dude went to an auction. You know, like if you have like a storage unit and you don't pay your bills, then they'll lock the sucker up and auction it
Auction
off.
stuff
right?
up, yeah.
This dude bought this storage unit, and I didn't hear the price. He gets inside, and there's 26 pounds of cocaine. I'm like, my God.
God.
Can you imagine how much that'd be worth?
Man.
26
turned it in?
pounds. Yeah, he turned it all in. I'm like, man, you stupid.
Yeah, that's about Listen,
Yeah, go.
I wouldn't have turned it in.
I
I'll be
sold
honest.
20,
Yeah,
kept 5.
listen, I'm telling you.
That's
Ain't
it.
no way. I'm not a drug dealer, but
Hey,
I'd have found a way to get rid of it. I know some people that can get rid of it.
Even at half price, man.
Right,
I
exactly.
mean,
That's
God,
just free
dude.
money sitting there. You said 26 pounds?
26 pounds. It's like,
Lot of-
holy
a
crap.
lot of snow.
Man, yes, 26 pounds.
Snowing in Winston.
Absolutely.
heard
Well, I
that.
don't know what city it was in, but yeah. It could have snowed all the way over here. Depending on how thick it was, yeah.
Shit, pause. But we were talking about today's episode is about fathers.
Okay.
And y'all know my situation, with my dad, and what I got going on right now.
Right.
So I was just thinking, I don't think fathers get enough recognition. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no disrespect to the sisters and the mothers, cause I had a great mother, I had a great grandmother, like, so no disrespect to the women at all. But we have some stand-up fathers out here, and we just don't get the recognition that I don't think the fathers get the recognition that they deserve. So I just want to do a segment about the importance of a father.
You can tell that on Father's Day
Huh?
compared to Mother's Day.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you can
absolutely.
But I mean, but you know,
Yeah, on Mother's Day you get to take her out, and on Father's Day you get to pay.
Right. I mean, the two holidays
right.
show you the difference in recognition.
But you know, I don't know like the relationship y'all have with y'all father. But you know, my dad was more like a James Evans type father. Like
Oh, yeah.
he was very militant. He was very direct. He
Well, how did we get here?
What you mean?
What
I
happened?
think I turned out great. You know what I'm saying? But you know, at 18, when thought I was grown, you know, he would give me advice and I wouldn't take it
Yep.
Of course.
because I was just like, whatever. But I remember him. He told me two things that I keep in my top pop quotes. My top two things in no particular order. I remember I was running girls hard back then, and we worked together. We was sitting down and at lunch, and he was making a joke with one of the guys. He like, yeah, my boy, we running them girls, blah 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 blah. And then he paused and he looked at me, and he said, "Son, don't let your dick make a slave out you."
Oh wow! And you said I can't hear you.
Can we ever have a serious episode?
Hey man, is that impressed? Is that impression? Oh my God, he's impressed by his genitalia. No, we're gonna have a serious conversation.
And I said, "What you said?" And he said it again. It took me a long time to even understand what he meant by that.
Let's see, what year is this?
Yeah. The second thing he told me, two things in life you get tired of: raggedy ass cars and raggedy ass women. And I said, man, who gets tired of women? I called him about 5 years ago. I said, hey, Pop, remember when you told me?
Yeah. But see, here's the third one he should have told you.
What's
It's
up?
quality over quantity.
Well, yeah, but my thing being 18,
right.
thinking I'm grown, I can make my own decisions now, blah, 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 blah. The guidance he was giving me back then, I was too headstrong to even absorb it.
Same here.
Of course.
But now today, anytime he say something to me, I'm like, yes, sir. Like
Yep.
I'm really like attentive, like, because that wisdom, like, it's dying out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, yeah, but you know, there's a lot of reasons for it dying out. But you know, I'm listening, and I'm thinking, you know, my dad died when I was 12.
I didn't know how old you were when you
Yeah,
passed.
yeah. So I don't have none of these stories. You know, I do have a whole lot of great male role models.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like my Uncle John, my Uncle Junior. My Uncle John was basically my dad, but he was really my brother. You know, because
Right.
he was only like 10 years older, 11 years older than me. So we grew up together, and he stepped into that role when my dad died. He was like, I got you. You know, he taught me everything a man's supposed to know about,
Right.
you know, how to work hard, how to talk to women. You know, he taught me all that crap, how to freaking play poker, you know.
How'd that work out for you?
What?
How'd that work out for you?
The poker?
No.
We already had that discussion over wings last week, right?
right.
That's private.
Right. I wouldn't expect you to say this on camera.
No, it worked out good otherwise, yeah.
Right. Trey, what about your father?
Me and my father had a good relationship. A lot of it.
Well, y'all had
Well,
a
we
lot
had
of
a good-
fun. I know that.
Yeah, we did have a lot of fun.
a lot
but
of fun.
There was a gap about when I was about 13. You know how it is when you get 13, you get a little rebellious.
Absolutely.
Don't want to listen. A lot of it was my choice not to even have nothing to do with my father. Because once I hit 13, really it was like my choice if I wanted to go. Because at one point we didn't have an option. Like we had to go stay with our dad sometime, then
Right.
we'd come back with our mom. But once I hit 13, from like 13 to like 18, really like my formative years, I didn't even really have nothing to do with my
All right,
dad.
that brings up a good point. And I'm sorry for interrupting, but I was just thinking, What's that?
I said, are you? Sorry for interrupting.
He'll never tell Thomas. I think he is because he'll never say it to you.
I had a valid point while I was still conscious of it. I grew up without a dad.
Right.
You grew up with a dad. He grew up with a dad
Well,
most of the time.
My dad,
But see, I was
like Trev said, though, my dad left when I was 13, too.
That's what I was going to ask
right.
you, is how much of your childhood did you actually get to spend with him?
Right.
You know? Because, see, I mean, you could say technically I had a broken home, too, but it was not for the same reason.
Right.
You know, mine was death.
Death, right.
Right, not divorce, you know.
Yeah.
So
White
it's a
folks
little
don't
bit
never
different.
have broken homes like that, though.
Oh, my God, here we go.
What you...
That's some more of that white privilege. There's no divorce. That's white privilege. No divorce. My,
as a child, as a baby, as a newborn, from a baby to like 5, I lived with my grandparents.
Right.
Because my dad and my mom was in Germany.
oh
In
wow,
Korea, yeah. My dad was in the army.
wow.
So my grandma like, he ain't going with y'all. He gonna stay with me. So I had the best of both worlds. My grandparents and, you know what I'm saying, when I went to go stay with mom and dad. Dad and mom separated like I was like 13. And I came to live with him when I was 18. So I had like a 5-year gap without him. And, you know, that's when I was out there doing my thing.
Right.
Me and my homeboys.
So you
but
probably had to learn how, like who he was
Who,
at
my
an older
dad?
age. You didn't get to grow up with him and see, and you know those formative years.
No, like when I came to live with him at 18, and that's the thing
But
about it.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You wasn't with him like when you was a small child.
No.
Right.
When I turned 5, they came and got me. From 5 to 12, we lived with Dad, and then we came back to Georgia. He came down briefly. Then him and Mom separated.
Right.
But from when I was 18, though, I had like the coolest pop. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll let me, you know, bring chicks to the crib, knock them off. Like he
That's
would.
how- yep.
You know, like my dad was cool. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
how it was.
me, Omar, Slim, like my crib was the crib that everybody could come hang out and do what they want to do as long as we were being respectful and wasn't stepping out of bounds. And,
Not
you know,
stepping on hoes. I mean, not knocking off hoes, right?
well, we were doing that.
That's I know. That's what I'm saying.
right, we were doing
Did
that.
you let your
definitely.
son bring home hoes?
Well, we ain't got that. I try.
Where's Winchester White at?
That's a
I've
good question.
I've tried to teach my son better.
Did you hear that, Travis? What was that he said?
But hear me
I
out.
heard it.
I listened to a lecture by Minister Farrakhan dealing with fathers, and he said the job of a father is to take your son further in life than he went.
Right.
And I didn't want my son making the same mistakes that I made
Right.
early on in life, like not listening to my daddy, being
Right.
rebellious, and of course, you know, life got to be life. You know what I'm saying? But I think my son turned out way better than I did.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's
And-
part of the process of becoming an adult. That rebellion and pushing against the authority, that is a lot of understanding life and growing up.
It is.
You
but
got to find those, like where the limits are, how far can I push, and then you start seeing the truth about, well, maybe I should listen, right? You know,
It took me 40-something years to listen to my dad.
right?
Now, see, the difference between me and you is when I linked back up with my dad, it was about 18 or 19.
Right.
I didn't listen to him when I was younger, but at that age, I did start to respect and listen to him because, and no disrespect to the guy that I'm talking about, but my mom dealt with a guy during my formative years. And when I linked back up with my dad, I could see the clear difference in the men in these two. So I was like, yeah, okay, like he talking some real shit. Like he know what he talking about. But when we did link back up, like we had a great relationship. Like, Gary can vouch for that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like,
Went on.
Me and you and your dad, man, we had some good times.
yeah.
When my mother passed away, I think that was like the beginning of me and Pops. Like,
Getting tight.
yeah, because that was like a wake up call. Like, damn, I only got one parent.
Yeah,
left.
yeah. That,
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was like
Yeah.
he the last of the Mohicans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So from that moment on, it just been like, you know, even if it's something I don't agree with him on,
Mm-hmm.
I don't bug him on it. I listen to it, I internalize it, and if it come up later on and he stand corrected, hey, oh man, you were right. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't been wrong about too many things. You know,
No,
one thing about
Eddie a wise
oh
person.
yeah, man, one of the smartest.
Yeah.
Outside of my grandfather, my grandfather Bill, my dad is probably one of the wisest men that I've known. And he's he may not have the best delivery. And I think people get caught up in delivery.
Absolutely.
And my dad don't have any tact at all. You know how he is.
I don't work.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. He don't have any tact at all. But what he says is potent and it's powerful and it holds substance when he says it.
I can
You know
vouch for
what I'm
that.
saying?
Definitely.
So I just think a lot, man, that I've had a chance to, to bond with him, and, where we at now in life is almost like a reality check to me now, like, cause we on the tail end of, and I'm like, dang, I ain't ready for him to,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
in my mind, that's how I'm feeling. And I hope Allah give him 20 more years or however long, but, I just, I just don't think the children understand the importance of a father because the media and society and some of these mothers downplay
Of course.
Oh yeah.
the man so bad.
Well,
that
it's not just that. If you're looking throughout history, and I don't know how it is in other cultures, but in America, before the feminist thing and before all this toxic masculinity talk and all that crap, but men have always been pretty much notorious for not talking about their emotions and always keeping quiet about those things. And even if it was a good father or not a good father, they was always there and took care of things without asking for no praise, right? Because it's been accepted that that's what men do.
Yeah.
You just get up, go to work, take care of the business, take care of the freaking bills, and you take care of your family.
I was having one of these, I was dealing with a female one time when I was younger. I'm going to dad to have this, like a father-son talk, I guess, that we having. And I would tell my dad my grievances with the broad, and my dad said, "You the one sound like the bitch." I was like, that's not what I was.
Wow.
That's not what I was expecting.
That's what Eddie was saying though.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
exact. Hey,
okay.
It don't shock me at all.
I said, okay, that's it? He said, yeah, man, get your shit together.
Sometimes you need that type of
I
wife.
said,
though.
yes, sir.
That's
Absolutely.
what fathers are for, though, man.
Yeah. He definitely, like,
snap you back into reality.
Yeah. He ruled with an iron fist.
Yeah.
Like,
My
You
dad
know.
was the same way too. He was like, he didn't rule with an iron fist, but he didn't hesitate to. If it was something I was doing something dumb, he didn't hesitate to tell me the shit was dumb. Like
Right.
and I appreciate that shit
right.
now. Yeah,
That's a quote I heard this morning. It said, truth has a way of making people speechless.
Right.
You know?
And even with dad being 300 miles away, like, we were getting out of hand at home, and my mom said, all right, I'm about to call y'all daddy. Motherfuckers fell in line.
yeah.
Like, it wasn't none of this. You keep bucking and bucking and bucking. Like, as soon as she said, I'm calling your daddy,
It was over.
Oh, yeah,
that's
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
Because just his voice, like, the voice of a man in a child's life is, sometimes you don't even have to spank them.
You don't.
You just your presence and your words.
You don't. I
You know
didn't
what
have
I'm
to spank.
saying?
I didn't really. I can count on one hand how many times I had to spank both of my daughters.
Right.
Just like the same way. I'm gonna call
Yeah,
your
that's the same
daddy.
thing with my
That's it.
son.
Yeah.
I think I probably spanked my son maybe 3 times his whole entire life. Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't a bad child.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
mom,
Like,
yeah.
he just wasn't, but, and I'm super proud of the way he turned out. And kudos to his mom too. Like,
Right.
he got a good mother. You know what I'm saying? Because, one thing about us is men not having a constant man figure in our life to look up to. You can only raise a child as far as the scope of your mind can go.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You can only show a child what you know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just thank God that he's, my son bought his crib. He bought his crib earlier than I did.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? But
It's really good, especially today's economy.
right. So I just like to feel, you know, I feel like, you know, me and his mother did a great job with him.
Yeah.
You know, and again with the guidance of my father, because, you know, my dad would tell me, hey, you need to tell your son this, you need to tell your son that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Now, according to your dad, which one was the father, you or your wife?
yeah, he don't stop, man. He don't stop. He don't stop. But I just, you know, I just want to give kudos to my pops, man. Like, and I even told him, you know, I think the Sunday was probably the first time I openly told my dad I loved him.
Really?
Yeah. Man, my dad, like,
What you been waiting on?
bro, my dad is tough as nails. My dad is not a sentimental, mushy guy.
So he ain't never told you he loved you?
No, he's
My
still,
dad ain't either. None
Yeah.
of my dad's
Oh, my
brothers or nothing, but they all
No.
we always tell each other we love each other.
yeah, I tell my siblings and I tell my
Right,
son and my
right.
son tell me. And you know, I tell my siblings all the time, but I told my dad that the other day. I like, you know, I love you, Pop. He's like, yeah, all right. I was like, damn.
I would expect that from your dad. Yeah.
I would too, yeah. I really would.
Man, he ice cold.
It don't
but-
surprise me.
Yeah, but you know,
I'm surprised he didn't say prove it.
but yeah, man. I just like I said, I just want to give just a kudos, shout out to my pops, man, because he's been very instrumental in my life, more so the last 20 years than you know, because the father's job is never done, just like a mother's job.
Right.
So no matter how old you get,
Right.
you still gonna need that fatherly
Oh,
advice.
now you're gonna need
Exactly.
it more when you get older. The
Right,
older
that's
you
what I'm
get, the
saying,
more you
like-
need it.
So, and I'm grateful that he can still give it to me, the advice he can give to me, because he still has a sharp mind.
Right.
Even though his body's done went through all these changes, his mind is still sharp.
That's what's up,
Even
man.
with 4 strokes,
Oh wow.
his mind is still sharp.
Damn.
It may have taken him a little while to think on it, but
Right.
yeah, he's sharp, man.
That's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
I think a lot for, you know, blessing me with him as a father, because, you know, it was times that I was like, man, dang, why couldn't I get a daddy like Dre, or why couldn't I get a daddy like XYZ? But I got the right daddy, because I
Right.
think, you know, even with my flaws, I still think I turned out decent. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Well,
great.
you
I
turned
said-
out the way you're supposed to.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
I used to say the same thing about my working. I have, a different. But when you get older, you recognize all that stuff is for a reason, and it helped shape me to who I am today. Even the absence, like I think the absence, me deciding not to be in his life, really taught me a lesson, because I was looking at other men, and then I got to compare these other men to my real father, and I was just like, yeah.
I don't like the way you say it.
I know.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna say it.
What?
I don't like the way you say you were looking at other
I
men,
know,
but
right? I wasn't
I'm
gonna
gonna let
say
you
it.
go with it. I'm gonna let you live.
I was like, oh my God, are we gonna let it pass? Are we-
Even Gary thought it was crazy.
I know. I'm like, we're gonna let this slide. I was being nice. I didn't cut him slack twice.
I ain't like the way that sound at all.
He had a pause.
But I understand what you're saying, though. I got what you.
why y'all
See,
looking at me
and
like
I thought it was so funny. Both of y'all sitting here, why can't I have a dad like this, XYZ?
Right.
And I'm sitting here thinking like, y'all just don't get it. I didn't have a dad.
Right.
You know, I would just settle for the one I had. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But see, that was
I never
hindsight.
had that thought, you know.
Right, but that was younger me looking back.
Right.
Like, when I saw my other homeboys hanging out late,
Right.
12, 1
Exact
o'clock at
same.
night, and my daddy tell me, all right, you got to be in the house about 8 o'clock before the
Right.
street light come on.
Well, that was him saying, I love you, son.
I get
That's
that.
what we recognize now, yeah.
Now I recognize it.
Right.
We didn't recognize
But
it then,
yeah,
yeah.
and then I
That's
just
why
thought,
then
like,
we were
dang.
saying, like,
Like,
that was
he-
exactly why we were saying.
Yeah, this joke here so tough, man. Like, and he's still that way. Like, man, yeah. I got the right pops I was supposed to have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah, so, yeah. So you don't have any memories of your dad when you were younger?
Yeah, but I mean, Okay, full disclosure. You know, my mom and dad got married like stupid young.
Right.
I ain't talking about like 12 nothing. You know, they're not Muslims, but
Here you go.
they got married like 18, 19 years old. Right?
Right.
My mom got pregnant on her wedding night.
Okay.
Right on the honeymoon. I was born 7 months later because I was born early. Right. I'm a twin, so the pregnancy was not. You know, it was kind of complicated and stuff.
So who came out first? You or Larry?
Me.
Okay, so you technically the oldest. By.
Yeah, 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn. I know that was a long
Yeah, it was a long time. It was weird. Like I said, we wasn't even, you know, we're 2 months early. We ain't even in the right position to come out of it.
Right.
But anyway, so I had to stay in the hospital for a long time. I mean, I was in an incubator and crap and had to deal with all that, and which, of course, I don't remember. I'm going off hearsay, you know.
Right.
But, but my dad was so young and kind of immature because he came from a broken home, and he was raised by his grandmother who spoiled him rotten, right?
Right.
And, you know, this is one of those downfalls of getting married too quickly and not knowing somebody who they really are. You know, my mom grew up with an extremely difficult father. He's a good man, but he was brutal, man. I mean, he would, you know, you say something stupid, you're going to lose your teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Grandfather.
That's how it was back in the day.
Exactly. And
Black or white, I believe.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely. My mom and her dad didn't really have the best relationship because they had 10 kids, right?
Yeah.
And he had a temper, and he took most of it out on her because, technically speaking, he married a woman that had 5 kids, right? And my mom was number 6, which was his first, right?
Okay.
So he took all of the grief for them other 5 out on her. You know?
Wow.
And it caused her to have a lot of problems with that situation. Of course, she loved him and all that, but it was a difficult thing for her. And then she marries a man after only dating for like weeks, right? And she gets pregnant on her honeymoon. 7 months later, she's got twins. And then
Yeah,
comes the part, right, here comes the part of finding out that he's 19 years old and he's not ready to be a dad. He's not ready to grow up. Right. So he's out burning the roads most of my childhood, playing pool, shooting pool and fishing and having fun.
Right.
You know,
Your
so
dad
he,
was black?
yeah. I thought you knew that. I tried to tell you that. I tried so many times to tell you that. He had an afro. I can show you pictures of his afro. I promise. So yeah, yeah. The only difference was he was listening to Peter Frampton instead of Marvin Gaye. You know.
I got you.
But yeah, as far as young me, the only bonding experiences we had was fishing and music. You know, I got my love for music from him.
Gotcha.
He had this amazing record collection, and it was just, he loved music. You know, he tried to play music a little bit, but it wasn't ever a serious big deal or whatever.
Guitar?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Is that why you picked the guitar to play?
no, I think it was just by the music that he put me on. You know.
Okay, I got you.
Growing up, there was always music in my house. My mom sang 24 hours a day. My dad
Mine too.
loved music. My granddaddy was a musician. You know, he played harmonica and sang. I mean, back in the, 40s and 50s and stuff, he actually sang in like quartets and crap. You know.
Okay.
And my granddaddy was a Mason, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you. I don't know if
you told me.
Yeah, but he was a pretty highly educated man. He went to 3 or 4 different colleges, and he just had a rough life because once he married my grandma, he got kicked out of the will. His family had tons of money, and once he married her, his mom didn't approve, so he got kicked out of the will. His brother and sister got hundreds of acres, and he got nothing. So he was pissed off, and that's part of the childhood my mom had growing up, was some of that, it is what it is. But, all the memories I have of my dad, like I said, I mean, he had the most infectious laugh. I mean, he was just, his character was just bold as crap, you know what I'm saying?
About like
He's
my
a
dad.
big guy.
Yeah, my dad too. Yeah.
Right, but he was like almost 6'3", huge guy. I remember going to school like first, second grade or whatever. If he ever come pick me up from school, all the little kids is freaking out. They're like, because he's a big old freaking dude,
Right.
And but yeah, we I mean, there's only like a handful of memories that I could, say for sure. I can remember his laugh and his likes and dislikes as far as, the albums, collections, and cars. And he was a Ford fanatic. He always loved Fords, and he loved Pat Benatar and Bob Seger and all the good classic rock and roll and all that stuff. But I can't ever tell you that we had to sit down and actually had I can only remember one conversation that we actually had, and that was like the year before he died. Because
Right.
the year before he died, he'd actually started changing and trying to be a dad.
Right.
And he took me to the Ford dealership, and he was looking at a new Mustang, and it was kind of a bond moment. We was listening to freaking Hall & Oates. I remember that. It was cool,
That's
man.
it.
Hall &
Right.
Oates was like his jam. Right before he died, and he was test driving a Mustang, and I remember the conversation then, and you could tell that he was kind of trying to grow up, he's
Right.
like wanting to be a dad now, which is ironic because, it's right at the end.
Yeah, right.
But
What happened?
but it's
What happened to your dad?
he was in a car wreck,
No, okay.
Oh man, that sucked.
yeah.
Man, that was tragic. Yeah, that's wild.
Well, the tragic part to me, and this is the traumatic part, okay? And I know this is not my show. We're not talking about our problems, but the wreck was so bad that I didn't get to see him. He just walks out the door one day, and then he's gone.
That's it. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, it was his body was, the car and his body was damaged so bad that they couldn't open the casket or nothing. So it's like teenage me had to grow up thinking that oh, this, is he really dead?
Right.
Right.
You don't never know. You don't get the closure. you
Right.
know?
Right.
So
Yeah. Well, my father taught me indirectly how to be a great grandfather as well.
Mhm.
Because I see how I remember when my son was born. Well, again, another one of these bonding moments I'm thinking we about to have. I come home one day from work. I said, I was like, hey, Pop.
I can't wait to hear this.
Yo, I can't make this shit up. We sit at the bar stool. He eating. I fix my plate. I sit down. I said, hey, Pop, I got this chick pregnant. He didn't even bat an eye or skip a beat with the spoon. He said, what the fuck you telling me for? That's your baby. It ain't mine. Like,
I thought he was gonna say what took you so long.
nah. That's the kind of pops I had. So I was just like,
Well, I mean, he's got a point.
Yeah.
but once my son got here, man, he was, it was a different him.
Right.
Like,
Oh, absolutely.
I was
Are you
like-
kidding?
who is this motherfucker right here? You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't.
He's the one that ain't got to pay the bills.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. You
But
can
he's
sit-
just so different as a grandfather versus a dad. You know
Of
what I'm saying?
course.
Like,
Both of my
course.
parents was the same way with my
Man.
children. Both of my parents were the exact same
That's
way with
because
my children.
grandkids is for spoiling.
but you're
Yeah.
right. So, but I learned though, because I wanted like, is this how my grandmother and my grandfather saw me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now I got my grandbaby, my
Right.
granddaughter.
Now you in that position.
Man,
yeah.
it's just like from my grandparents and my dad, and now I got this little bundle of joy here, man. It's just like, oh man,
kind of lighten your heart a little
bro,
bit.
it do. It
Yeah.
makes it's no matter what I'm going through,
Mm-hmm.
I just look at her picture on my phone, or if I just call her, all that stuff just, you know what I'm
Melts
saying?
away.
It's
Yeah.
really, but
That's what's up, though. That's what it's about, family, man.
right, man. You know what I'm saying? So, see, I have a sensitive side.
Well, see well, yeah, I already
And
knew
then
that. I mean, you remember the first joke I told you today when you got out the car, right?
So, of course.
Then it's a granddaughter, because you had two sons, right?
Right.
You raised two boys, so you had a granddaughter.
Right.
It definitely lightened your heart.
Oh yeah.
Well, so when when she was pregnant with my son, she was wanting a girl because she had already had a boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, nah, I want a boy. But she had me leaning towards a girl in the end. Because every time we went to the doctor, he was in a position where we could really see what he was.
Oh, so y'all didn't know till he came out.
Not well, right about the 6 or 7 month, then it was like, he a
found
boy.
out for sure. Okay.
Right. But then my sister, Red got all girls.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, they were more like niece daughters to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was really like the. But then when my grandbaby came, it was just like, oh my God. Bro, and she was so small. Yeah, she was so small when she first came out. I didn't hold her for like maybe 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
But like the minute I held her, bro, it was just like, oh my God. I ain't want to put her down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how life, you can see a person the different stages in their life. Like looking at my dad as a husband, as a father, as a grandfather, like the different hats he wore and how he wore them was just, yeah.
You know, I don't like the way you said put her down. Oh, Yeller! Oh, Yeller!
Well, gee, she ain't let nobody slide.
No, bro. I'm like,
Hey, I patiently waited till he got done talking.
I'm talking about my
Waited till he
baby.
got done talking.
She ain't let that slide.
But, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. And for her to tell me, you're the best pawpaw. Bro.
Man, I know that was a man. Listen.
Bro, that just did something to me, bro. Like, you
Cold-blooded.
He didn't want to do it, but he had to.
Hey, man.
All right. I know. I just have to ask because I seen this today, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I already know what your answer going to be.
What's up?
Is it better to be loved or to be feared?
Man, I think
That's a good
it's
question.
hand in hand.
It's better to be loved. I don't care what nobody says. When you look at your granddaughter, you don't care about being feared.
I mean, it depends on who it is.
Yeah, of course.
Right, I don't want her to be scared
But
of
at
me.
the end
but
of
I
the day,
want,
at the end of the day, when you in that hospital bed where your daddy's at right now,
right.
you don't want her to see no fear.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Right, man. Man, even, and I was like, when I told my pops I loved him, I was like, even in this moment, he still has to have this fucking Superman armor. Like,
Yeah.
he can't even be.
Hey, they were built different back
hold
then,
on.
man.
You remember back 30 years ago when the first lunch we had together? Was that a quote from your dad or your granddad?
Oh, my granddad. At the Mexican restaurant?
Yeah.
Right. I'm quoting from my granddad. No, it was something else. G-Ho face turned red.
Oh my God! Well, you said it so loud. Everybody in there heard. I mean, it's like everybody dropped the fork.
Man, when you said that about when you said you told your daddy that you loved him, you said, yeah, okay. It made me think about that video. Y'all seen that video on TikTok where this dude recorded his grandfather brought him some lunch, and he brought him some lunch, and he said, I brought you some lunch. I went out and brought you something over to eat, and he wanted to give his granddaddy a hug. He wanted to give his granddaddy a hug, and his granddaddy was like, whoa, what the hell you doing? Can't hug no player.
I ain't never hugged my father.
Oh my God!
I ain't never hugged my father.
Really? Wow.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, my
They were
dad
built
is
different back then,
Yeah,
though,
my
man.
dad
You know,
is.
technically speaking, like I said, I might not.
Pause.
I might not have either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure I tried, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like I said, totally off topic, but I'm pretty sure. You know, I used to think that our brains was infinite and we could just keep shoving memories in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I kind of got a new concept now. I think I've shoved so much stuff in the last 10 years that I've forgotten a lot of stuff. You know what I'm
Shove
saying?
what? You done what?
Huh?
Shove so much stuff.
I was gonna let him live. 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 You saw I looked at him,
my
right? I
God.
was like,
Oh my God. At least I wasn't looking at me.
Hey, Kyra, look at him and let him
I wasn't looking at me and I wasn't putting down my grandbaby.
oh boy.
Oh my God.
I have absorbed so much information in the last 10 years. Let me rephrase that. That I think I've forgotten some things, you know?
Right.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have a lot of memories of my dad. But you know, I mean, that's been 40-some years ago, you know?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So what's the? All right, what we looking at on time?
4 to 6.
All right, let's wrap this up with 2 questions.
Okay.
It's kind of the same question in 2 parts. Give me the best thing that you learned from your father. It doesn't have to be a quote. The best thing you learned from your father and the best thing you learned from being a father.
The best thing I learned from him is something my grandma taught him. As long as you're living, you're always learning.
Absolutely.
And just me watching him, even to the day, you know, even I wish I would have the man he was or
Right.
is. Because that was a different. My father is unless it comes to them grandchildren, but my dad is a stone wall. Like that's what he is, even right now.
Right.
You know, so I just I'm grateful to have him, man. And I, you know, like I said, I wish Allah blessed me with, you know, many more years with him to enjoy. So
And what have you learned from being a dad? The most important thing
the
you've
most
learned from being a
important
dad.
is to always keep a lines of communication open with your child.
Absolutely. Daggone right.
Because you don't want them to ever feel like they can't come and talk to you about certain things. And I wasn't the best at that at first because of my dad, but I've learned over a period of time, you don't have to be your child's friend, but you have to be a listening ear for when
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
they come and, you know,
Right.
they will have certain conversations with you. And some conversations are going to be hard to have. They're not all going to be smooth conversations, but you just have to navigate through it the best you can.
Trav?
I think the best thing I learned from my dad was just watching him and like how he communicated with people. I know it's a cliche saying to say like he's a people person, but I really don't think it was one person that my dad could not
Absolutely.
talk to. And I learned that being able to communicate effectively can get you in a lot of places.
Yes,
Because
sir.
my dad got to a lot of places that he was not supposed to be at,
Right,
simply
right.
because he knew how to read
Communication
people and talk to people. So that was the one.
He was
one of the
definitely
best
a
things.
very charismatic character.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. Best thing I learned from being a dad, I have to say that's what I was gonna say. What you said, that open line of communication with my
Right.
kids, being able to talk to them, and them knowing that they can come and talk to me about anything. I don't matter what it is. I do not care. I'm not gonna be mad at you because you're a kid and you're learning. It's my job to teach you. So yeah, and I think I did a good job with that because my kids talk to me about. You know, girls don't usually talk to their dad about boys and stuff, but both of my daughters talk to me about boys and stuff. So, yeah.
Well, okay. You know, like I said, I didn't have a lot of memories with my dad, but I did still learn a very valuable lesson. And it's not all the way positive. Some people could say, well, that's not a positive, but I see it as a positive. He taught me to be who you are and love that,
That's
and
it.
don't worry about nobody's opinion. Cause he was a bold character, man. I mean, I'm telling you, dude, he was the light of the party. You know what I'm saying? He didn't party, but he was the light of the party. When he walked the room, everybody was like, you know.
Right.
You think your dad would have told her transforming it? Be who you are.
I deserve that. I deserve that. Oh, Yeller, I deserve that. Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Oh, look at that G face. He was thinking deep thought for a second.
I'm just asking the questions you would have said.
No, he wouldn't have said that.
Okay. All right, man.
Not that I'm aware of. Because I'm sure at the age he would have been now, he would have definitely not said that. And the most important thing that I learned from being a dad is exactly the same thing you said. I mean, I raised 2 girls too.
Right.
And, you know, there's been times when they've, even though I'm not their biological father, they've trusted me more than anybody in their life.
Right.
Man, for your daughter to say she wish she found a man like you,
Absolutely.
man,
Absolutely.
that's when you know you done
Absolutely. Right.
top tier.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah. But you know what, guys? I think we had a great episode, and I
Absolutely.
appreciate y'all letting me pick this topic as a conversation because, like I said, it's really, especially now, it's weighing in on me. You know what I'm saying? But
It's weighing in on me.
Trav, you want to go ahead and wrap it up, bro?
Oh, yeah. Remember, guys, we don't always have to agree to walk forward together. We just have to be willing to listen, and you can take tonight's conversation as an example to the next.